Southeast leaders under fire as silence greets Nnamdi Kanu's life sentence and transfer to Sokoto prison. Today, we'll break down one of the most sensitive and highly charged developments affecting the Southeast region of Nigeria. Tension has continued to rise after the Federal High Court sentenced Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment and the federal government quietly moved him to Sokoto maximum security prison. Since this judgment was delivered, many groups, civil society bodies, youth organizations, and community associations have spoken out strongly. However, the political leaders of the region, the governors, federal lawmakers, and top influentials have all maintained deep silence. This silence has now turned into a national conversation. Many people are asking, why have the governors not spoken? What does their silence mean? Is this political strategy, fear, or something deeper? And most importantly, what does this silence mean for the future of the Southeast? In the next several minutes, we are going to break this down clearly, calmly, and professionally in a very simple way you will understand. We will walk you through the background of the matter, the timeline of events, the reactions, the political explanation behind the silence, experts' interpretation, and likely consequences, and ultimately what this means for the people of the Southeast. But please, before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe and turn your notification bell so that you don't miss any of our updates. Don't forget to like, comment, and share the video. Thank you. Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, has been at the center of one of the most controversial legal and political battles in Nigeria. His arrest, detention, and trial have shaped political conversation for years, especially within the Southeast. Many see him as a freedom agitator, others see him as a threat to national unity. No matter the viewpoint, his name triggers strong emotions, especially in the Southeast region. When the court delivered a life imprisonment sentence, it instantly sent shockwaves across the country. But what surprised many people even more was the government's decision to move him immediately and quietly to Sokoto prison. This move has been interpreted as a strategic step to keep him far from the region, far from supporters, and far from potential protests. While the people reacted swiftly, the leaders of the region went silent. No governor issued a statement, no official condemnation or support from the political class. Even the regional socio-political bodies remained extremely cautious. This silence has become the loudest message in the entire crisis. The Federal High Court delivered a judgment sentencing Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment. Within minutes, the news spread across the Southeast and the nation. Three major categories of group responded: the youth group, human rights bodies, Igbo socio-cultural organization. Some condemned the judgment, others appealed for calm, and some called for political solution. Without any public announcement, the federal government transferred him to a maximum security facility in Sokoto. This move raised more questions than answers. Why Sokoto? Why immediately after the judgment? Why the secrecy? Reports of increased police presence, military checkpoints, and heightened security swept across major cities like Enugu, Onitsha, Owerri, Abakaliki, Aba, and Nnewi. People were calm physically but boiling emotionally. Amid all these events, the governors and top political leaders chose not to speak at all. No statement, no clarification, no show of solidarity, nothing. This is the exact silence raising the alarm. Security forces have intensified operations in major cities. The fear is not necessary what people are doing now, but what could happen if tension rises further. Community leaders, stakeholders, youth organizations, and market unions have all raised statements expressing their concern. Many of them are asking why the leaders have refused to speak. Reports show that many state governments in the Southeast are trying to avoid taking any immediate position. Some are reportedly studying the matter, but the people see it differently. They see abandonment. The more the leaders stay silent, the more people interpret the silence as betrayal. This is creating an emotional gap between leaders and citizens. Now, let us break down the real reason behind the silence. 1. Political fear at the federal level. Many politicians fear that speaking strongly about Kanu may be interpreted as supporting secession. This could instantly put them in conflict with the federal government. No governor wants to risk political backlash. 2. Fear of public backlash at home. The region is divided between those who support Kanu and those who want a different approach. Any governor who takes a position may instantly upset one side. So many of them chose silence. 3. They are waiting to see the reaction. Politicians usually wait to see how the people respond before making statements. If the streets remain calm, they will speak softly later. If the streets explode, they may speak firmly. Their silence is part of the political calculation. 4. The Southeast has no united voice. Unlike other regions, the Southeast does not have a strong political bloc that speaks collectively. This weakness shows even more during crises like this. Instead of standing together, everybody stand alone. 5. They are afraid of being mosquitoed. Some leaders believe that any misplaced statement could escalate tension, so they choose to speak through silence, hoping the moment will pass. The reaction from people have been intense. 1. The youth reaction. Youth groups feel disappointed. Many of them expect their governors to speak up boldly. They feel abandoned at the critical moment. 2. Market and community leaders. Market unions, transport groups, and town unions have all expressed concern. They believe the leader's silence shows weakness. 3. Civil rights organizations. Human rights bodies have condemned both the rulings and the silence response from the South-East leaders. They say leadership must not disappear during critical moments. Expert analysis, what this silence really means. Political self-protection. Leaders are protecting themselves. They do not want to be seen as extremists or federal government opponents. This silence is a shield. 2. Absence of coordination. The region lacks a central leadership structure. Unlike the North or Southwest, there is no strong unified coalition controlling the political narrative. 3. Future elections. Some leaders are already thinking about 2027. They do not want to jeopardize their political future. 4. Fear of escalation. Some leaders fear that any statement from them might worsen the tension or spark protest. This silence is dangerous for several reasons. 1. Breakdown of trust. People are losing trust in their leaders. Once trust breaks, governance becomes difficult. 2. Rise in street tension. Silence creates a vacuum that rumors and emotions will fill. This may lead to panic, protest, or unrest. 3. Weak regional bargaining power. When leaders do not speak, the region looks weak and divided in the eyes of the nation. 4. Increased youth radicalization. When leaders stay silent, youths may turn to more extreme voices for direction. 5. The South looks politically unprotected. People begin to feel like they have no political defenders. This is dangerous for long-term stability. The silence of the South leaders is not ordinary. It is a sign of fear, political calculation, disunity, weak leadership, and deep disconnect between leaders and the people they govern. Until the political leaders speak, tension will continue to rise, and the people will continue to interpret this silence as betrayal. This is a defining moment for the region. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure you like this video, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to turn on notification so that you don't miss any of our updates. We will continue to follow this situation closely and bring you the clearest explanation in a way you will understand. Thank you for watching. Stay calm, stay safe, and stay updated.